everyone, ReeferGil here. In this video I wanted to show you guys my automated top off system. It's my latest project. I just finished it up, so I thought I'd do a video on it. Before this project was completed, I was filling up these 5-gallon jugs with RODI water and sticking it under my stand. I evaporated roughly about a gallon of water a day, give or take. So every 4th or 5th day I'd have to replenish that water that was evaporated by bringing up another jug of 5 gallons of RODI water. Not a big deal, but when I'm away from the system, I have to rely on my LFS or a friend to do this for me, because that's one of the biggest things that has to be done as far as maintenance when I'm not here. So I thought I'd do this project, and I've just completed it, and I'll show you guys what I did. Okay, so the tap water is going to enter the RODI system. It's going to go through the filter stages, and then the blue line here is going to be the product line. That's going to be the good water going in to the reservoir here. This is my main RODI reservoir, and you can see it's hooked up in the back, and that's hooked up to a float valve. And what that does is it's basically exactly how it's described. It's a float that's inside, and when the water starts to rise, that float's going to get to a certain point and it's going to shut off the RODI water so that you don't have a flood. In order for this to work though, you have to have an auto shut off system, which is this piece here and this piece here. Without the auto shut off system, and you only have a float valve, it's not going to work. It's going to continue leaking water in, and you're going to have a flood. I'll show you the other side here. The connection here is a T, and these are push fittings. So this is a T, it goes into the main bucket, and then this blue line comes up and over and upstairs, and we'll go upstairs and I'll show you what we have up there. We're behind my tank, and you can see the blue line here coming in through the hardwood floor. Yep, I drilled through the hardwood floor. I'll have to patch that up if I ever sell this place. You can see the blue line comes up and enter this leak detector controller, which is this right here, and we'll get into that in a second. I'll explain a little bit more and demonstrate how it works. And then it comes out of the controller there. The blue line then goes underneath the stand where I have my reservoirs for my calcium and alkalinity, which is also automatically dosed. The blue line continues into this 5-gallon jug, which is what I modified. So prior to the product water entering the 5-gallon jug, I have this valve here so I could shut off the water if I ever need to do maintenance to this and disconnect it. That way I don't have water just continuously spilling out. And then the modifications I did to this 5-gallon jug is I drilled a hole here. That's where my Tunzi osmolator auto top off goes into. And I just put some tape over it to keep the debris out of the container. And then you can see the float switch here. You can see water dripping in as we speak. And once that float switch reaches a certain point, this water should stop coming into the reservoir. However, I do have a fail-safe in place just in case. Remember that this water is free flowing. It's coming directly from the tap. So I can have a serious disaster here if I'm not careful. And one of the safety steps I took was to put that leak detector and install it as part of the system. I'll show you guys what that does. Sorry for the background noise, the auto feeder just went off. But getting back to this leak controller, if the float valve were ever to fail in the 5-gallon reservoir, I have this leak controller as a backup. You can imagine how much damage would be caused if water just continuously came into the living area of my home and I wasn't here to catch it. So this leak controller is a backup, and we'll demonstrate how it works. This is the sensor for the leak controller. Under normal operation, this is how it would look. This is how you would set it up. However, I'm going to go ahead and flip it upside down and expose the sensors. If you could hear it in the background, you could hear the water dripping into the 5-gallon bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and put water on the sensor. You hear the alarm sounding, and the water has stopped dripping into the container. You can hear the water from the tank, but the water in the container itself has stopped. And that's just another precautionary measure that I've taken to ensure that I don't have a major flood. All of our homes and apartments are set up differently. I was just fortunate that downstairs is where my RODI system is. It's directly below my tank, so I was able to complete this project with little fuss. So I was fortunate in that respect. A lot of us have RODI systems in our living quarters. If you do have an RODI system in your living quarters, for 50 bucks, this leak controller could save you from a major disaster if you ever to have a flood. If it happens in the middle of the night, it will alert you and you'll be able to get up and take care of the issue before it gets out of hand, or if you're not home at all, it'll shut off the water for you. Congratulations to Martha Isone Bowman. You are my 3,000th subscriber. Thank you very much. No, you don't win anything, because if it wasn't for the 2,999 people in front of you, you wouldn't have been 3,000. My whole point is thank you to all of you for making this channel bigger. I hope it continues to grow. I hope to do more videos like these. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd much appreciate a subscription. See y'all next time.